All right, welcome back to another awesome episode of Life on the Ab. This is episode 118. I'm here with Shani Smith. Welcome.
Thank you.
So excited to have you on. So I'm going to jump into your bio. Shani is the founder of Can Do Spice, a wellness-driven seasoning brand rooted in family, legacy, and the healing power of food. An international author, entrepreneur, TV show co-host, and culinary expert with over 30 years experience. Shani's love for cooking began in the kitchen with her father, Kenny Can Do Bond. Her journey took a meaningful turn when she became a caregiver for her mother with dementia, where she discovered that food could have a powerful way to deliver nourishment, comfort, and connection. That season inspired the creation of Can Do Spice, thoughtfully crafted blends designed to make everyday cooking simple, flavorful, and joyful. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. You made that sound so good.
Well, thank you for coming on. I jumped at the opportunity when you slid in my DMs. I'm like, yes, I want this chick on. She seems awesome. So excited. So from your perspective, how did you get here?
How did I get here? I got here because food really is my love language.
Same.
So what many people don't know about me is I used to have a cafe and a food truck.
Oh, wow.
Very, very delicious cupcakes, might I say.
Nice.
Which I let that go, so don't ask me for any baked goods.
Got it.
But how I got here from there is that, like, I would love to cook for everybody, but, like, we know that's not possible. So Can Do Spice really was my way of getting in their kitchen.
Cool.
And it was my way of, like, that love feeling when you know, that little dance you want to do when something tastes really good. Like, that's my way of giving you that feeling.
Love.
So
What is your business? The bare bones, someone who's never heard of you.
In a nutshell, I like to say it's flavor that heals, flavor with intention.
Okay.
I named it Can Do because that is my dad's nickname.
Yeah.
And I started cooking with my dad.
Oh.
So I was that kid that was 6 years old watching WHYY, public television, watching Justin Wilson, Jacques Pepin, Julia Childs, the whole thing. And we would watch it together.
Aww.
So it was kind of like only fitting that I would name it after him. And how he got that nickname was that he can do a little bit of everything.
It's the best
so my
kind of
dad's
dad.
one of those guys
best kind of dad.
You know, like, is this pipe good? From that to, can you take my picture? Can you do this? So he can do a little bit of everything. And I believe that my spice can too.
Aww.
So it was like my way of like having a legacy piece.
Yeah.
And just the fact that, I mean, it can do.
Obsessed.
Wonders.
So you are Wilmington based.
I am Wilmington
But
based.
you're an online business.
I'm an online business.
Got it. And so if I go on your website, what are you primarily selling?
The best seller is Ocean's Essence, hands down.
Okay.
And Ocean's Essence is going to give you like that familiar seafood flavor that you're used to, but it also has nori, dulse, kelp, sea moss, burdock root, and bladderwrack in it. So each one of my blends has a healing supplement in it. So not necessarily that it's going to heal you, but it creates that conversation that reminds us that we have control over what we put in our bodies, that we can heal from the inside out, and it doesn't have to be boring.
Yeah.
So whether that looks like you're plant-based, you're vegan, you're complete carnivore, right? It doesn't really matter. I'm just here to help you add flavor, intention, and a little dazzle of all that good stuff.
Obsessed. So what are people mostly using your spices for?
Really for everything.
Yeah.
Really each blend was designed so that it's the only thing you need.
Love that.
So that cooks at any level can make a fantastically delicious dish. So, and I mean literally, it's the only thing you need. If you know how to cook, do your thing. Zhuzh it up, add some bell peppers if you like. But if you don't, and this is the only thing put on there.
I don't. I need a one-stop shop.
I got you covered.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I gave you the top
what you gave
sellers
me.
then,
Yes,
right?
I'm a one-stop shop. I don't know how to mingle, and I just can't.
I mean, like, I'm that person whose spice cabinet needs to really be like a whole pantry.
Yeah.
Because wherever I go, I grab some spices because that's my thing.
Yeah.
But
we're not all like that.
I have solved your problems.
We're not all like that. I'm a busy mom. I'm on the go.
You.
I don't like to cook, but I know I have to cook, right? I have to feed myself, my family. And so we're very last minute. I don't have time to go on Google and look up how to flavor this chicken or whatever.
I helped you.
So yeah, one-stop shop.
I'm here for you.
I love it.
I made it so you can chop veggies, throw it on a sheet pan, hit it with a little olive oil,
and you're done.
And some Mary greens, and you're done.
And you're done. Okay.
And you're like, oh my God, I made this?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do let's like take it back to the beginning. So you have the love of food from 6 years old. You're in the kitchen with your dad. You've grown up in this. You've had the food truck. You know, you've done a lot of like the bigger picture cooking. How do you then tone this down into something so specific like spices?
Like spices. Well, what happened is COVID.
Okay.
So COVID slowed us down.
A lot of my guests, all their life changed all during COVID.
I'm telling you, because I was doing the food truck and all that before. And as our gigs started to get canceled, I'm like, okay, this is the perfect time to get out of this because I was running ragged. I still have a 9 to 5. I manage 9 people during the day, mom, wife, the whole 9. And I was a caregiver for my mom. At that point during COVID, my mom was really starting to get to the end stage of dementia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So thank you. So I'm watching all the TikTok videos, making all the things. And then I'm like, this is, when COVID is over, I'm going to be 3,000 pounds if we don't stop doing this, right? And, you know, I'm just focused on making sure that I don't bring anything back to my mom because I still have to go out, but she can't go out at that point. And I got to find a way to keep her healthy. So I'm like, all right, well, I always use elderberry. I always use sea moss. I'm just going to put that in her food.
Right. She'll never know.
And then that got old because then I was making food for her, food for my dad, food for my house. Right. Okay. I'm just going to put it in everybody's food where everybody's going to eat the same thing. And nobody said anything. Right. So they didn't catch on. I'm like, great, cool. Okay. This is the thing. So then I would say to my dad, hey, do you want to try some sea moss? I made a batch of gel. No.
Right.
He would say like, that doesn't even sound like something you should eat. So no. And I'm like, whew, well.
Little do you know.
Surprise, surprise. You've had it for like 6 months. You're not dead yet. Yes. You're still healthy. Look it up. And then once he looked it up, he was open to it.
Good.
So I'm like, okay, this could be a thing for everybody. This might be the way to introduce the idea that you can heal from the inside out for other people. So let me just take my time and figure it out. Because people say, what do you put in it? I don't know. It was a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let me take my time. It's COVID, right? I'm just sitting here.
What else am I doing?
So I can stop making Captain Crunch French toast and figure out how to do what I'm doing. So just trial and error. The first blend actually was Island Passion.
Okay.
Which is a blend of jerk and curry flavors.
Perfect.
But it also has ashwagandha in it.
Wow.
And Ocean's Essence came about because at that point I was like transitioning to vegan and finding that it was extra to go and buy the nori sheets, to go and buy this, all this to try to make it. I'm like, it would be so dope if it was all together.
Yep.
And then that's where that came from. So that was the second one.
Wow. And all of your spices are vegan?
All of them are vegan. All of them are gluten-free. 3 of them are salt-free.
Wow, that's huge. Yes, especially for someone that's like really on a health and wellness journey. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of spices are, you know, the blends are full of salt. So that's good to know.
Yeah. I mean, you actually get so much more from herbs anyway. Right. Not just the wellness side of it, but the flavor side of it. You almost don't even know what certain foods taste like without all that salt.
Yep. So true. It's all you're tasting.
Like, this is what a green bean tastes like.
So when do you take it from, I'm just cooking this for my family. All right, now I'm going to put it into a spice. When do you take it to like, I'm going to go retail with this? Like I'm going to start sharing this with the world.
So it was like September 2020. And, you know, you do all the things, you make an Instagram, you make a Facebook, and
let's see what my immediate life thinks about this.
What I'm going to do. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just going to put it out there. But unlike the cupcakes, I have to figure out how to sell this.
Right.
and what do I do?
Right.
And 2020 was pretty much, I created it, but we didn't move anything. We didn't do anything, right? Okay, so I go back to what I think I know, and that's farmers markets, whatever. But, you know, that stuff is pretty limited now because we're still in COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, how are you going to figure out how to get
your
this to other people?
You're a personality, and you're behind a mask probably, so it's hard to get your personality out there. Yeah, it's hard.
Right, I'm already on the shorter side, right? So it's already like I'm stuck. So how are you going to get this to people? And you're the same way you're entertained or watching everyone else. Yeah. Why don't you just ask one of them?
Yeah.
And like I did a fast for 3 days, just water, and really just kind of got in so I could listen to what God is saying to me. And I'm like, okay, just ask the people. If they say no, it's not a no to you. It's just a no. It's none of your business. And Tommy the Mushroom Man was the first one to say, sure.
Yeah. And send me some stuff.
And I'm like, he just gave me his address. I don't even know this guy, you
Right.
know? And he gave me an address. I sent it to him. He did a video that went crazy.
Wow.
Like 100,000
What was in the
views.
video? What did he say?
He was making like a fried fish sandwich,
Cool.
but using eggplant.
Cool. Okay.
Right. So he used Ocean's Essence to give it that
Right, the fishy
familiar
flavor.
fishy flavor. Fried it.
And he's a vegan.
He's totally vegan.
Perfect.
And also, there's the jokes about eggplants, right? So
Sure.
he actually made the video pretty funny, right?
Okay, that helps.
And it just went crazy. And I'm like, this is the thing. Wait, people could really like this. And I'm getting the feedback, like they love it. I got to have it. And I'm like, that's kind of when it hit me, like, okay,
This is real.
this is business.
This is
is
happening.
for real.
Wow.
This is happening.
So then what? People start ordering. And
People start ordering. I mean, I'm proud to say that at this point, I am only missing 2 states. So if you're out there and you're from Montana and South Dakota, I need sales from your states, right? I have 48 states.
Wow.
I have shipped to Canada. I've shipped to the Netherlands,
Cool.
the Bahamas, Bermuda, St. Croix, and
Holy
Puerto Rico.
smokes.
Right? I'm
That's
like,
amazing.
wait, when I hit Alaska first, I'm like, I'm giving you a discount.
Yeah.
Okay? And don't even worry about it. I just didn't ever think I was going to hit Alaska.
Right.
So.
You think that'd be harder than North Dakota. Well,
Like,
maybe they're
come
just
on.
bland out there.
There's 500,000 people in Montana. The state is so big. Somebody order.
It's big geographically, but that's less people than we have in Delaware.
I know. Somebody.
You got to find an influencer out there. That's
Gotta
probably
find
not
one.
money.
Man,
So you start selling it. So when did that like video go viral? We really start like taking off. Is this like 2021 at this point?
No, that was 2022.
Okay.
July of 2022.
Wow.
And it's kind of just been its own little beast from there. At this point, I have 13 affiliates.
Wow.
And they're all over. And some of them are paid affiliates and some are not. But, it's just been its own thing. And it's like, it's time to come on the other side of the camera and tell your story. And a lot of times it's hard to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
So.
But here you are.
But here I am.
Here you are. So tell me about your mom. So your mom was diagnosed with dementia how long ago?
I would say 2016.
Yeah. And is she no longer with us?
She's no longer with us. She passed in 2022.
Okay.
I would say like 2015 when we noticed, like something's not right here. And in 2016, yeah.
Yeah. So she moved in with you. You became a primary caregiver.
No, my parents live about 5 minutes away from me.
Oh, yeah.
So what I would do is go there before work.
Wow.
Go to work, come there after work, and then go to my cafe, which was in Delaware City. And
Got
if you
it.
know how
Oh,
far
yeah.
that is, that's a nice
Not
little
convenient.
hike. And I live in Bellefonte.
Okay,
So it
cool.
was a nice little hike every day doing that. So needless to say, I was happy when we had to stop for COVID. But yeah. So she definitely at some point was like unable to even put sentences together. But when I was give her food, she'd be like, "Well, this is good." I'm like,
Wow.
"Yes, honey, it is good."
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah. So what did you learn through that process of taking care of your mom? And like, did that inspire you to kind of, keep this business going?
yeah, it inspired me to be present.
Yeah.
That I definitely can't be alone in this journey. At this point, we almost don't know anybody who hasn't been impacted by dementia.
Yeah. It's horrible.
And this is the vulnerable part
Yeah.
I don't like. Right, but that's what it was. It helped me be present.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in an age where we're, go. I struggle with that significantly. I'm a mom of 2. I own multiple businesses. I'm 100 miles an hour, getting ready to give birth again. And I have no intentions of slowing down. I should. But that's something I really struggle with. So what advice would you give to someone like me who does not slow down and needs to slow down?
I would say you just have to carve it out. If you have to put it on your schedule, if you have to just sit in the driveway for a second, if you have to play possum a little bit, sometimes like pretend like you have a headache or whatever, you have to carve that time out to reset. Because what we don't want to do is keep pouring from an empty cup. Because really we're not supposed to be in a position of pouring. We're supposed to be letting people have the overflow. But if we're always on empty,
We can't get to the overflow.
Right.
No one can get to the overflow.
And we think that they can't do it without us. But if we don't slow down, they will have to do it without us.
Yeah. Yeah. And you saw I had a brace on. Like, I can also get vulnerable. My family is right now living helping me because I hurt my knee and I physically cannot take care of my kids right now. So my husband coincidentally just walked in. He's going to come in. He's going to come in and say hi.
Hi, how are you doing? Hi,
This is
Good.
Vince.
How are you, Vince?
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much for coming in.
I have to let my husband take care of things. I have to let him get the kids dressed for school. I have to help let him, run appointments for me. And this injury has forced me to
Slow down.
allow other people to help me and slow down.
Well, God will do that.
I know.
Like, if you don't want to slow down, he will
tell
do
you.
something to slow you down.
This is what he
and
did.
this is this thing that says, yeah,
It's time.
It's time.
Yeah. It's time. It's time. And my husband always says God either whispers or he throws bricks. And this was definitely the brick throwing.
She needs
Yeah.
to slow down.
She does. And you don't even know what number 3 looks like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know. I'm
like,
terrified.
you think you're juggling 2. Like,
Right.
the third baby, is it a boy or girl?
We don't know. It'll be a
The
surprise.
third baby might be like, ha, it's all about me.
Right.
So,
I'm a third baby.
you thought you were doing
I
that?
know.
Like, yeah,
I know.
It's not that at all.
I know. So you're taking care of your mom. Mom's obviously a huge part of this journey. You name the business after your dad. At what point were you like, okay, I'm going to share this with the world? I can see the positivity from my mom. This is something that's lighting her up, when she's being, receiving your love language of food. You have the history of your dad. When did you decide this is something you could have just kept for you and your family or, just like a market here or there? Like what inspired you to really share it with the world?
I think we all, at this point, at least I hope, that know that we are here for a purpose. So anything that we go through, whether it's good or bad, is not for us. It's for other people. So if you keep it for yourself, you rob people of the opportunity to grow too.
Yeah. And what's an inspiring story of someone that's like maybe come back after the fact or slid into your DMs and said, holy smokes, like this was amazing or this changed my life? Are there any stories that stand out?
I'd have to say there is a chef out of Chicago, particularly, who does meal prepping, also has a restaurant as well. And she's like, my clients just can't get enough. Whatever you did, I need this. And they ended up, her and Tommy the Mushroom Man and Chef Maul, they all ended up going to LA and doing an event for Sony.
Okay.
And when they
Sony
filmed
like the music?
Sony liked the music.
Okay.
They did it for the one of the presidents of A&R or something
Wow.
like that. And they used Can Do Spice in their
Crazy.
presentation for Sony, and I'm like, this is
Crazy.
like, this is so big. So it is those moments when I see them cooking for celebrities and using it, I'm like,
pinch me.
I have arrived.
Yeah.
No, so
Pinch me.
Pinch me.
Do you have any future goals or anything you want to do? Like what's next for your business? Are we going to do more? Venture out into something different? What are your thoughts?
my thoughts at this moment are I want to move into the retail space.
Okay.
But not big box. Your smaller stores like Jensen's, things like that are like really more community based and not so
Love that.
not so
You're
much
speaking my
behind
language.
the scenes.
Yep.
So that's the next piece is moving into that. Eventually, I'd like to see another leg for kids. Like
Cool.
Kids can do, where they are learning about nutrition early,
Obsessed.
so that they don't have to wait to the end and realize that
it's too late.
this ramen noodle thing is probably not it.
Yeah. My husband takes the
So.
lead on that with us. And we struggle with it. It's hard because especially I grew up eating, kids' meals and all the junk. And I think the big thing I see, at least on Instagram, is like, okay, well, there's way more chemicals and way more things. And the same items you had at 6 years old, that's 25 years ago.
Way more.
Yeah,
Way
there's
more.
way more junk in these items. It's not, my kids are not eating the same things that I eat. And just like the scary things with dyes and all the crazy things that our, world just lets us consume. And they just approve and put on the grocery shelves.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's terrifying.
You can see that their behavior is directly affected by their diet.
Right.
If you were to give a child, say, a Pop-Tart and, I don't know, a
Doritos.
soda for breakfast,
Right.
right? You're probably going to get a call. You're probably going to get a call. They don't
Right.
have the capacity to now mask it and function like a normal person. Like at some point they're going to get in trouble for the day. If you were to give them in the morning, start them off with, say, a smoothie or a piece of fruit or something,
Right.
you probably won't get a call.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's kind
Right.
of the first thing you say when a child is acting up, like you're amped up on sugar.
Yep.
Right? Like who
Yep.
gave you that?
Right.
We know it's related, but sometimes in the go, it's just easier to grab something.
It's so hard.
So that's why I wanted to make it so that you can make something quick, you can make something cheap, and it can still taste good.
Right.
And you still know what's in it.
I love that. So for someone like me who's, venturing into this cooking world ever since having kids, my husband and I are both not cooks, right? Like this is not where we shine. We do our best. But it's not where we shine. Someone that wants to just like really like start diving into this space of, food as medicine, making sure our food still tastes good at the same time. What advice would you give to someone that's like starting on something like this? Where do you begin?
I'd say slide in my DMs if you need something. No.
Okay.
Honestly, that's what I create. I had you in mind.
Yeah. People
when
like
I did
me.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, quite honestly, I'm that person that's like, don't invite me over if you don't know how to cook. Like, can we go to the restaurant? Can we just go to the restaurant or I'll take care of it? Like, I don't want you to do anything that takes you out of your comfort zone.
Right.
But I absolutely love seeing the pride on someone's face who doesn't cook, who made something with Can Do Spice and was like, oh my gosh, and my family loved it.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, I told you.
It's not that bad. It's not that hard.
Not that bad.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
So I cook every day.
Okay.
Like literally
A lot.
every day.
That's your passion. Yeah.
That's my thing.
It's your life.
I'm such a
Obsessed.
foodie.
Yes.
My favorite thing to cook with my spices or my favorite thing to cook?
Both. Let's do spices first.
Spices first. Hands down, chickpea curry. Hands down.
Okay.
And literally, it's Island Passion, a can of coconut milk, and a can of chickpeas. Don't even have to be.
I love chickpeas.
Don't worry about fresh ones. Rinse them off. Get organic. You're done.
Okay.
It tastes amazing. It's quick. You're done.
And this is just like a side dish for you, or is this a main dish?
No, that's a meal for me. Like,
right, because that's straight protein.
Chickpeas. And the best part is that no one else in my house eats them.
Perfect. So you can keep them to yourself. Is this warm?
Warm.
Okay.
Sometimes over rice, sometimes not. Depends. Maybe I might throw kale in. I'm not completely vegan all the time. I have my ebbs and flows. Sometimes I'm not conscious enough about getting the protein that I need.
Right.
So, and I can feel the difference. So it kind of just depends.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like all in. I know I totally get it vegan, right? But sometimes I'm just not that conscious of it. So
what's your overall favorite thing to cook, spices aside?
Spices aside. Spices aside. Sweets. I'd probably make a cinnamon roll.
Obsessed.
With like
I need a
cream
cinnamon roll.
cheese icing, maybe like throw a little
that's your bakery
sweet
background.
potato filling in it. Yeah, extra brown sugar and salted butter.
Obsessed. Yum. I'm gonna be hungry after this.
Yes.
So in your bio, it also mentions that you were a TV co-host and you're an international author. Tell us about both of those.
So the international author side comes from. That was 2022. 2022.
Just, while you're starting and running a business. Yeah.
Right. But still at home because at that point I was still working from home. And the opportunity arose to be in an anthology. And I'm like, so I want to tell my story. That was me brave at first. And I'm like, stop playing. No, you don't want to do that. And then like, no, you have to do it. You have to tell somebody else because somebody else is going through this.
Yeah.
And my story actually was about what it was like caregiving. So I did it. And oddly enough, the book launch was, believe it or not, on my mom's birthday.
Wow.
So it was like
so special. Meant to be.
And I had to go to Hampton for that. So yeah, that's what happened. The TV show also happened during COVID.
Okay.
It was totally through Zoom. The host was actually in Virginia, who I met on a Zoom on a platform that I was speaking on. And we have become like the best of friends.
Aww.
But yeah, the show was her show and I just was a guest. And then I became her co-host, but it was all Zoom.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. Were you like selling the spices on the show or no?
No, we would actually just highlight different businesses. Sometimes we just talk. We kind of brought up whatever, and it was an hour-long show. We did it on Thursdays, and we took a break in the fall of 25, actually.
Okay.
And we have just been showing reruns and kind of deciding what's going to go after that. But yeah, it's kind of like, you want me to do what?
Right.
Like,
I love that.
I can't.
Everything was on
Get
Zoom
on your
at that
show.
time. Right.
Right. And, during COVID, I also joined Toastmasters. So I was like, ooh, is this a test? Why would I do that?
But here you are.
I did it and I loved
Well, you're
it.
clearly an entrepreneur because you've had all these businesses. Where would you say that entrepreneurship like comes from?
Definitely my family.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing would be my dad,
Right.
Mr. Can Do.
Can
He
do
a little
everything.
bit of everything, right? He's a photographer,
Right.
a celebrity photographer, in fact. And he does it as a form of history. Like, he's quite the historian. Any events that are happening, like, one may see him there capturing it and sharing it on his YouTube channel. So
Dad is active.
that was active. That is one of 9.
Wow.
And
What number does he fall?
5.
Okay.
5, and he was the first one to graduate.
Wow,
right?
good for him.
5. And he's had a couple of his siblings had their own business, but his dad actually was instrumental. They're from Westchester, Pennsylvania, and he was instrumental in putting together the ward system to represent Black people in Westchester. And he actually ended up being the president of NAACP. So it was like of that chapter. And it was just kind of like a thing where, you know, if you have something, if you see something, say something, kind of.
Right.
That's kind of how I was raised. So it was kind of like natural.
It was like accepted.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I meet with people that are entrepreneurs and they're like, oh, my family told me I was crazy to quit my 9 to 5. I was crazy to, you know, start a website and start selling things or whatever.
and some do,
Yeah.
but who cares?
Yeah.
That's just noise.
Right. It's just noise. It's just noise. So you have that entrepreneurship background. That's nice. So at what point what was like your first venture into entrepreneurship? Was it the bakery or the food truck?
My own? It was the bakery, yeah. No, actually it wasn't. My dad used to work for the Central Branch YMCA. Not so much for the Y side, but for the residents who lived there.
Okay.
And when I would go and be with him there sometimes, not hanging out. I don't want anybody to think I was hanging out.
No.
But I would notice that what would happen is the residents who live there, they're usually getting a Social Security check. And by the end of the month, they find themselves probably at a food kitchen. So what I did was I was like, well, what if I made a meal for them and they just prepaid at the beginning of the month when they got their check? And at least they would know Monday through Friday, they have like one least home cooked meal that covered protein, starch, veg.
Right.
And that was, that must have been like 2007.
Yeah. So you were way younger.
2007. And I did that for almost a year.
Wow.
So, and I still worked. So I would cook the food,
You've been
drop
grinding.
it off to my dad, and then that was their way. And I just made it totally affordable. Like, I shopped in bulk, and I'm like, so if they could pay me $100 and they know they have at least 5 meals
a good
week.
tasting.
Right.
Right.
So actually, that was the first time. I didn't even really think about that.
That's
that was
awesome.
the first time.
Yeah. I feel like most people, it's like something small like that they don't even realize.
But then the cupcakes happened because one of my sister's friends was priced something, and they were like, that's a crazy price. I'm like, it's not a big deal. I can make the cupcakes for you.
Right.
I never did it like in that capacity, but I'm like, I definitely can bake.
Yeah,
and I
for
know
cheaper.
I can decorate. My stuff looks good. And I made that for her, and my sister posted it.
And then it takes
it was
off.
like from there. Like, we never marketed, never, not once
All word
had
of
an
mouth.
ad. Just, well, can you do this? And I'm like, I don't know how to make that.
Figure it out.
But we would just take the challenge. So every time somebody stretched us, we did it.
So all these businesses, all these ventures, which one would you say has been your most rewarding?
This one.
Yeah.
This one allows me the most time to myself. I can make batches and then do the inventory and then ship, as opposed to being always on. One important part I would say that Delaware doesn't have a cottage law. So I'm a part of the Wilmington Kitchen Collective,
Okay.
which has leaps and bounds done so much for me because it allows me to have a kitchen space
Amazing.
to go in.
Where is that?
and
Is that
do this all.
downtown?
We actually have 4 locations.
Oh, wow.
I should say they actually.
Yeah.
Now it's we,
You're in
right?
there.
Right. But they have 4 locations. There's First and Central Church, Grace Church,
I knew about Grace Church.
Westminster,
That's what I was thinking, just downtown.
and Aldersgate
Wow.
on 202.
Yeah, I've heard that's like an amazing. I know about the one from Grace Church. I honestly didn't realize there was
Grace
4.
was the first one.
Yeah, okay, that's why. So that's where you do a lot of your work. You'll
Yes.
go there.
Yes.
That's been, I'm sure, amazing. And you get to
Totally.
probably see people and exchange ideas and collaborate too.
Right. And we can all help each other too. If somebody gets a crazy order, we can say, hey, listen,
Right.
I'm up to my neck.
Right. Can you help
Who
me
can
out?
pitch in? Right.
That's beautiful.
So I love that.
Anyone you want to shout out? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Definitely Lisa Bixby. She is like, has been leaps and bounds, and she pushes me.
Good.
So
we need that.
She pushes
we all
me,
need that.
and Kim also pushes me. So all together, they're amazing.
Amazing people.
They're amazing.
Yeah, Grace Church is awesome. I've met the pastor there before because I was involved with Serviam Girls Academy, which is right next to it or attached to it. And yeah, that's like, they're amazing people over there.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. So anyone that's interested in looking you up, maybe we're interested in ordering some spices, where can they find you, connect with you? What's the best way to check you out?
The best way is definitely go to the website. It's candospice.shop. Or you can slide in my DMs on Instagram.
She is very responsive.
Yes, I'm very much local, and I will definitely ship, even if it involves, going through customs. So just call me. Yes.
Obsessed. Well, I can't wait to try the ones that you brought us because Lord knows we need some help in the kitchen.
I have you. I can't wait to hear feedback.
I'll post. I'll put it up and I'll let the world see me try to cook something. What would you say of all the spices you gave me? What should I make with them?
I want you to start with Mary Greens first.
Okay.
Mary Green is actually my mother's maiden name.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, and so when people say I love Mary Greens, I say me too.
Yeah,
right?
that's special.
But I start with that. That's going to be your most all-purpose. It's awesome on pasta. It's awesome on meats.
Cool.
I made it for veggies. Found out later, it's so much more than veggies.
Perfect.
So start with that.
All right, so coming soon. Look out for that on Instagram.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. You were amazing. Thank you, Shani. You were awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in for another awesome episode of Life on the App, and we'll see you next week.